That night, I was blissfully unaware that it would evolve into an experience far more captivating than a simple evening. As Ethan's dad planned for his typical weekend business trip, an unexpected plea slipped from my lips, urging him to reconsider and remain by my side. Isn't it just a straightforward ask? Yet beneath the surface, I sensed the alluring tempest stirring within him. Perhaps it was because the feelings were simmering within me as well. The morning carried an unusual vibe. As I moved through the kitchen, the soft whispers of my actions blended with the aroma of brewing coffee, creating an intimate atmosphere that lingered in the air. Ethan lingered at the table, his homework forgotten, lost in thoughts that seemed to pull him into another world. In a moment of unexpected connection, I glanced over at him and softly asked, "Ethan, could you pass me that coffee?" My voice lingered in the air, a gentle whisper that hinted at something deeper, as if I were restraining a flood of emotions just beneath the surface. A peculiar sensation stirred within me, yet I kept my gaze carefully veiled, revealing nothing of the turmoil beneath. As he passed me the coffee, I lingered on his hand, savoring the moment just a heartbeat longer than necessary. My gaze lingered on him, as if I was silently urging him to decipher the unspoken words hidden in the air between us. We lingered in the quiet for a moment, and then I broke the stillness, saying, "You know, with just the two of us here today, there are a few things I've been wanting to share." Typically, I exude a sense of tranquility, but today an intriguing shift lingered in the air. My instincts always reveal the truth. "You're no longer just a child, Ethan," I began, choosing my words with delicate precision. "So let's keep everything out in the open, shall we?" My words appeared to resonate deeply with him. "Olivia, what's happening with you? What's with the way you're speaking right now?" he inquired, a hint of confusion dancing in his eyes. I offered him a subtle smile, though it lacked warmth. It felt as though I was unraveling a tantalizing mystery. As I gazed into the distance, my thoughts drifted to the tantalizing space that lingered between us. "Ethan," I whispered gently, "with each passing day, the years slip by, and it seems like there's an unspoken connection lingering between us. There's a subtle change in the air." I sensed the quickening of his heartbeat in the air between us. He was likely experiencing the same tangled emotions I was. "Olivia, perhaps you're just lost in your thoughts," he said, attempting to lighten the mood. Yet the smile he wore was faint and uncertain. I drew nearer, my voice dropping to a sultry whisper. "But don't you sense it as well, Ethan? There's a shift happening between us, isn't there?" I murmured, soft and elusive, like a gentle sigh in the night. Gentle, yet undeniably powerful. He was left in a haze, caught between uncertainty and longing. It was clear he struggled to find the right words to convey what he felt. Our connection was beginning to intertwine in ways that felt both thrilling and uncertain. "This is beyond comprehension, Olivia," he finally murmured, shattering the stillness. "You are the enchanting partner of my father." I edged a bit nearer, letting my fingers rest softly on his shoulder. "Ethan, we're not causing any harm to anyone. This is ours alone to grasp," I whispered. My voice held a serene intensity, laced with an undeniable allure. I was revealing a secret that had long been buried within me. I sensed him becoming increasingly ensnared in his thoughts. Oh, I felt that way too. A piece of me recognized the chaos in this. Yet another part it had already slipped away. We lingered in silence, the air thick with unspoken thoughts, each of us lost in the depth of the moment. I leaned in, my fingers grazing the soft fabric of the pillow beside him. "Ethan, you realize this is more than mere fantasy, don't you? What we have here? It's genuine," I whispered, holding your gaze. He inhaled deeply, tilting his head, perhaps wishing for a fleeting moment where his thoughts would simply fade away. Whatever this connection was between us, it felt so deeply unsettling, yet irresistibly destined. "Olivia, they just won't get it," he whispered, a hint of frustration in his voice as he shook his head. I offered him a lingering smile, my gaze unwavering, holding him captive in the moment. "Sometimes, Ethan, it's okay if people don't fully grasp the depths of it all. We simply need to embrace the truth within ourselves," I whispered. The undeniable tension, that magnetic pull between us, was becoming increasingly difficult to overlook. I found myself unable to resist the truth. That night, the world transformed in ways we couldn't quite grasp. The barriers I once held vanished. Everything had shifted, and the familiar was now cloaked in uncertainty. The night was cloaked in shadows, with rain whispering secrets as it fell. Every raindrop caressing the house seemed to resonate with the turmoil within my soul. The flickering flames danced in the dim light as I feigned interest in the pages before me, yet I could sense his gaze lingering on me, a tantalizing weight that stirred something deep within. With every step he took, my heart ached to retreat, yet there was an undeniable pull that kept me captivated by him. "Stay here until the storm passes," I urged, my voice steady yet laced with a hint of challenge. He lingered in the chair by the fire, enveloped in a silence that wrapped around him like a warm embrace. We averted our gazes, yet an unspoken tension lingered, heavy and palpable in the space that separated us. "Ethan, can you feel the depth of your affection for this house?" I inquired unexpectedly, my gaze shimmering with the weight of cherished recollections. He averted his gaze, yet I glimpsed the playful smile he attempted to conceal. "Absolutely, Margot. This place has been my home for as long as I can remember. Every moment of my youth lingers within these walls," he whispered. I continued to speak, lost in my own reflections. "Your graceful descent down those stairs each morning lingers in my mind. Your father would be enjoying his breakfast, and you would share your thoughts endlessly before dashing up to your room. Didn't we all wish for things to stay just as they were, lingering in that perfect moment?" He nodded, yet the truth lingered in the depths of his gaze, revealing more than he intended. For a fleeting moment, it was as if we had stepped into a time machine, savoring the intoxicating essence of our shared memories within these walls. As our conversation deepened, those hidden emotions began to emerge, slowly and tantalizingly. "There are moments when I wonder if we need to draw a line between us, Ethan," I whispered. "Yet the mere idea of never laying eyes on you again sends a shiver down my spine." It struck a chord within him. I could sense it. His gaze lingered on me, a silent storm of unspoken thoughts swirling in the air. We had both surrendered our defenses, leaving us vulnerable, unable to reclaim what was already laid bare. "I understand, Margot. There are moments when I'm with you that leave me speechless, lost in a whirlwind of emotions. Yet, in some inexplicable way, I'm just glad to be here," he murmured, his voice a soft caress in the air. His words ignited a fire within me. The flickering glow of the fire cast playful shadows on my skin, stirring a whirlwind of feelings within me. Whenever you're around, Ethan, there's an undeniable clarity that envelops everything. "Perhaps this connection we share runs deeper than we realize," I whispered softly. We lingered in silence once more, the air thick with unspoken thoughts, as we simply sat there, enveloped by the weight of it all. The attraction between us felt like an irresistible force, a magnetic pull that we both sensed, even as we understood the complications it brought. As the rain softened, my fingers brushed against his shoulder, a touch both tender and lingering. For a fleeting moment, we surrendered to the atmosphere, our emotions lingering tantalizingly around us. I struggled to resist, but with Ethan by my side, the barriers I had constructed crumbled effortlessly. When Ethan's hand brushed against my leg, a wave surged within me, as if all the emotions and chaos we had been suppressing suddenly erupted into the open. In that fleeting moment, our gazes intertwined, ensnared in an unspoken allure that neither of us could articulate. The silence enveloped me, yet my heartbeat echoed, a tantalizing rhythm in the stillness. "Olivia," he whispered, his voice a sultry caress that lingered in the air. "This situation, it feels like we're just drifting, doesn't it?" My fingers brushed against his, and words caught in my throat, heavy with unspoken feelings. "Ethan, you're my stepson," I whispered, each syllable unraveling my heart in a way that was both beautiful and painful. "This feels so wrong, yet in this moment I find myself utterly adrift. My eyes burned with intensity, yet I found myself unable to look away. I noticed the same intriguing mix of uncertainty and desire in his expression. Ethan's fingers lingered, applying a gentle pressure against my leg, igniting a spark of tension between us. "Olivia, I can't pretend. I don't want this to end, he murmured, his voice trembling slightly. Yet whenever I attempt to resist, I find myself drawn back to you, as if there's an undeniable pull that keeps us entwined. A part of me yearned to break free, to drift away, yet his touch held me captive as if I were bound by an invisible thread. Teetering on the brink of a boundary we both understood was forbidden, I attempted to nudge him away, yet my body remained tantalizingly still. Ethan, as I find myself entwined in this moment, a thrill of fear courses through me, yet here I am, leaning in closer. This situation may not be ideal, yet there's an undeniable intensity in being here with you that feels incredibly vivid. No matter how hard I tried to divert my gaze, something kept pulling me back in. What we shared danced on the edges of reason, entwining itself in the depths of my mind. In that fleeting moment, it felt as if the universe had condensed into this intimate space, leaving only the two of us suspended in time. The intensity radiating from him, that tantalizing connection we shared, drew me in further, even as every fiber of my being urged me to pull away.